Hello and welcome to the TV room. David Bradley here. Alexa, set an alarm for 5 minutes from now. Okay. So what is that alarm for? Well, it is because I have just plugged in the iron. And I'm just shuffling things away. Actually, you know what? That tool, this here tool, it could be handy, maybe. Every tool could be handy. What have I got here? Okay. More glasses. Little wee pliers. Now here, this is something I really need to take care of. But I don't have the little bags here to do it. These are good chips. They are. And the 64 was working on. Didn't have a whole bunch. This is a ROM chip in 901227. This is a ROM chip in 901226. And a ROM chip in 901225. And a 65 Twix in 8701. And they really... I had some bags around here. I did. You know what? I'm going to set them up over here. I'm going to find some bags and mark them. Now over here, we have other things, and I think these ones are okay. But I'm going to put them on the other side of the soldering iron. One's a 6522, which should not have been in as Commodore 64. And an 8500, which I believe should not be in this board. It should be in the other, the smaller version of the board. It should be. Now looking down at these pins, I see that there have been some. That would have nothing to do with why they have failed. Nothing at all. Now, what is this cord? This cord, oh, okay. Just trying to get everything out of the way. This cord goes to the soldering iron. It does not need to be there. This cord is the monitor. It does not need to be there. This is the soldering iron. What I plugged in, not the one I've had hot, what I plugged in now is the De-Soldering iron. And I'm going to pull it a little bit closer here. And, okay, it's plugged in. That's the cord. Keep the cord away. I think what I'm going to do is slide this in a little closer. But never let the cords touch and never let the cords get wrapped in other cords. Which, of course, is exactly what I've done with this light. I need the light, but I need the soldering iron. Yes, I do. Okay, so probably enough time has passed that I could start. Probably. Alexa, how much time left in the alarm? Well, we can always try. So we squeeze the ball and we apply it to a connection. And we suck. And I don't think that did a particularly good job. I don't think so. So maybe we just wait a little longer. Also, another thing is that when you press the ball, it does have a tendency, oh, that went well, to cool off the iron just a little wee bit because there is air shooting through it. that was a good one. A good, healthy blast. So these are doing quite well. So I think we have a well-warmed iron and pretty fine technique so far. Alexa, cancel. Okay. The alarm should be off. Now, as I look at these, Alexa, stop the alarm. I noticed that a bunch of them are kind of leaning towards the one side, and I do not want to pull off a trace. Oh, and that one, this one at the end, doesn't look like it is clean as the others. So we'll heat it again. Still doesn't look near. Oh, and I bent it over some. Doesn't look as good. See, so also some of the ones that are on like a bus line, the heat gets dissipated more. Anyway, that one does not look as good. I may have to come back and do more things to it. We will see. That one looked good. And of course, as always, if you are not comfortable doing things like this, don't do them. There are people out there. There are. All right, these seem to be going well. Now we'll get to the one on the end that I first tried. It didn't really. Yeah, I think both corner pins, nothing to do with bowling, are on the ground, and that makes it more challenging and perhaps difficult to get them all cleaned out. So I'm going to work it around, leave it on there a little extra long, and see what's what. This one, this too does not look terribly convincing. And it still doesn't. Bother. It may be one of those times. Okay, I'm going to get my really incredibly strong, powerful glasses. Ones that I cannot see. Like I can't see the board. I mean, I could just see. Yeah. All right. So I might do a little more course correction. Just getting them towards the middle. Just for an instant. Giving them that little heat to just get sure as best as I can that they're not touching. Now, with this one here, and these two here, I think that's, yes, that is a wayward piece of solder. What I might do is squeeze the ball, get this into position, sneak a little more solder in there, suck it out. Sometimes that helps. Sometimes not. Well, we'll see. You know what I might do is take maybe this little thing that came with the soldering iron. I really don't want to pop a pin. Anyway, I'm going to try and pry a little bit with this little weenie thing. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. So I'm going to pry gently with this screwdriver. And that seems to be having some positive. Okay, looks like this whole side is indeed coming out. But the other side, I'm on the wrong tip there. The other side is mostly. Okay, this may be one of those times where I curse and swear. Alright, it may be one of those times that I try a delicate maneuver where I take the iron, look for the chip or the socket that is giving me grief, and I try to heat it up from the bottom while delicately prying from the other side, trying desperately to do no harm and not hurt myself. Now, what happened? Did we have success? I don't know. Alright, the one side is coming nicely. And I think this end of this is coming nicely. Oh, what do we got here? Okay, that one pin is still not as I would like it. Not at all. So I'm going to try to get on it and pull it towards the middle. Yeah, boy. It's really not happening. Alright, I'm going to try something else here. I have my fingers. Which is the one? Okay, that's the one. I have my fingers on the chip. I'm going to do the sucking thing. Try get it to come out. And it's not doing it, and the hole still looks rather full. And try again to lay some more solder in there to convince it that it should suck it out clean. Maybe. Certainly sprayed a bunch of it out. Oh dear, 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 dear. Alright. We will take the teeny tiny screwdriver and once again give a little twist. We're definitely on the right ship. Alright, I believe it's come out. I do hope that no damage has been done. Alright, one round chip. And as I look at that, yeah, that hole is still not great. But now that the chip is out, it is possible to maybe get that cleaned out a little better because the pin is not there interfering. Oh yeah, that went better. And maybe also from the bottom, let's look at the other one. The other one, this might have been on a ground. Possibly. Oh dear, 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 dear. Okay. Bad chip, to be sure. Now this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16 pins. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to unplug the de-soldering, so I know it will cool down. And then I'm going to reach over here to this little container of sockets. And I'm going to look. How many does this have? 1, 2, 3. I can't see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So that has 8. They all look good. I'm going to turn the board over. I'll look for the witness mark, which is definitely on the board. Let's see if this will fit nicely into the holes. This is important because if you bend a pin going into these things, it certainly isn't going to make nice contact on the other side. Aha. Okay, already. So I feel one pushing up. And it is indeed the one. And that, oh, that's sharp. In that corner that doesn't look so good. It might be time. What does this weeny little thing do? Nothing. Yes. Let me get my... Yeah. The one on the one end is looking pretty fine. Like it would go through. But the other end, no way, Jose. So, I've got to do something about that. Alright, so I'm going to plug the iron back in, and I'm figuring it won't take as long to heat up this time. See, and there's only 8 RAM chips. And it's funny, when I was talking with Rudy, he said, you know, there's probably more than one bed. And that's really, really reassuring. Really. Alright, I'm going to close the lid on this thing. I don't want to be picking up wayward chips from the floor if I should drop them. I think I will. I think I might give this iron a little touch. Okay. So it may be that it's ready. I'm going to squeeze it in and hold it a little extra before I go for that hole, to make sure that it is good and hot. I'm trying to get down on it, nice and square, nice and square. Suck it out. And did it work? Oh, maybe a bit. But not as much as I would like. And I can tell by holding it up to the light. I can see a hole, but it's not enough to get that pin through. It's just not. So try. I will try. No. Alright, once again, this may seem counterproductive. And maybe it is. I'm going to suck. I'm going to try and put more solder in so I can get more solder out. Because I think what's happening now is it's all down deep. And because it's on a bus line. Hello, why aren't you melting? Ooh, that's, the solder is sure getting hot. Alright, we should have a good glob there. Let's see. Let us look to the light. Oh, well now, there's a big glob on the top. So maybe, as it went through, maybe if I heat that up nice, get it just so... Oh, I slipped at a critical moment in time. I don't think we're there yet. We're not there yet. All right. Normally I do it on a bit of an angle. I'm going to try really hard to be right over top. It is not happening. It just isn't. Oh dear. Well, don't be falling over. Let me look at that again. It is not happening. Well, there's one thing I could try. Is first, will the pins go in the other way? They will. Alright. The pins are in on the other side. And everything is lined up. So if I just touch that on there, will it pop through? And did it really pop through, or is it squirrely? Oh. Everything popped in except the socket, the pin on the socket that was giving me grief popped up. Maybe that's what this little weenie tool is for. But I know I can't touch that with my hand or I will burn it. Or maybe this little screwdriver is what it is good for. Oh man. Now I know. Now I know why people give up on these things. I gotta just do this just so. The thing, of course, you really got to be careful of is don't. Oh, there goes the pin. Okay. I have another idea. I'm going to unplug this. I will. And I'm going to pull the socket out because it will come out. And I can put this back where it should be. And it will go back in. And it will be fine at the correct depth. And everything else is fine. At least I think everything's fine. I'll give it a little tug. Okay, so this socket is dandy. That's cooling off. I think what I'm going to do is I haven't done a whole lot of desoldering with this thing. Where did I put? But this, the heads do wear out a little bit. And I have spares. So maybe if I can get this out delicately and carefully, I'll go downstairs to where I have the spares. Maybe another one that's brand new and fresh will be better. So the iron is definitely unplugged. It has, okay, it's out. It's out. All right. Thanks for coming to the TV room. We will meet again. We shall. Bye for now.